Welcome back everyone. Today's video is going to be a bit different than what I will usually be uploading. I will be doing a DEADRAILS class tier list as a solo player. As you know, classes are pretty expensive in this game, so you can use this video to help you decide which classes to buy, especially if you play DEADRAILS solo. I'm going to quickly explain the tiers I'll be using in this video. Starting with D tier, which is do not buy this class, you will basically waste your money. Next is C tier, and I will be putting classes here which should be bought on specific situations. Next is B tier, which is if you have spare bonds, buy these as they are pretty good classes but they're not the best. A tier is make sure to buy these classes, they will help you beat the game. And S tier is the best classes for solo play and will make your run very easy and give you easy wins. So the first class we're looking at is the one you don't need to spend any bonds on, which is the Nun class. I'd rank this as C tier because you don't spawn with anything other than a shovel and you don't get any stat benefits. Moving on, the next class is the Doctor class. As a doctor, you spawn with 2 snake oils and 2 bandages and a shovel, which can be useful to you if you're new to the game and struggling to survive. You can also revive teammates using half of your health, which can be useful when playing with people, but as I mentioned previously, this is a tier list for solo players, so that isn't very useful to us. Overall, this class probably goes in the C tier, and I'd only recommend using this class if you're very new to the game and are struggling to get past 20,000 meters. The next class is Musician class. This allows player to play a banjo and heal nearby players, but it does not heal yourself. This class is going into the D tier as it gives no value to you as a solo player, as the banjo only heals teammates. The next class is the Miner class. This class spawns you in with a pickaxe and 2 coal to start. During the Easter update, they added ores into the game, which makes the Miner class very OP. Just by mining silver, gold and coal ores allows you to farm easy fuel and valuable money to allow you to buy whatever you need to beat the game. This is definitely one of the best classes in the game and I think this should go in the S tier. The next class we'll be looking at is the Arsonist class. This spawns you in with 4 Molotovs and you'll be able to deal double fire damage. This class isn't really that strong because you can't really farm materials or valuables easily and can't do any range damage to enemies such as outlaws. The stat buff of fire damage only applies to fire as well, so you can't use that to do more damage with a gun, for example. Because of all of those reasons, I will be putting this in the C tier. The next class we'll be looking at is the Packmaster. This tames any wolf that attacks you and fends off any enemies that are within the area. You can also spawn, or you also do spawn in with 3 wolves. This class can be pretty fun at times as you can have an army of wolves and they will pretty much defeat anything within the area as long as you have enough of them. This class can be strong, but it requires you to have an army of wolves. This will go into the B tier. Necromancer class allows you to possibly reincarnate an enemy if you kill them with a melee weapon. This class is pretty gimmicky and requires you to have luck, and it also takes health away from you when you reincarnate them. With all this into consideration, for a solo player, I'd put this into the D tier. Conductor class is one of my favorite classes when playing with other people, as the train moves much more faster and is way more fuel efficient. But as a solo, I think it's one of the worst classes. This is because, as a conductor, you do not spawn in with a melee weapon, which is usually a shovel, and this makes it harder to beat the game as you are relying on finding a weapon somewhere without being able to kill anything. With this in mind, I definitely put this in D tier. The Alamo class spawns in with barbed wire, metal sheets and a helmet. This allows you to fortify the train much more than when it would be without anything. This can help with the defense of this train, especially when going past outlaws, as they can sometimes shoot you. And if all of them shoot you at the same time, they could just kill you. But apart from that, they don't offer any other benefit that can help you kill other enemies. This class belongs in the C tier. The next class is the High Roller class. This allows you to sell items for 1.5 times more value, but you have a 10 times more chance to be struck by lightning. This class sucks for solo, as lightning can one-hit you, and I've died to lightning in this game plenty of times, and that's without playing this class. Especially if you're playing solo, you do not want your chances of dying to increase. With that being said, this class belongs in the D tier. The Cowboy class spawns you in with a revolver and a tamed horse. I think this is one of the better classes in the game. The fact that you have a weapon off spawn and have a decent amount of bullets allows you to be ready to kill any enemies from the start. This class can definitely help you get easy wins, especially how you can travel faster with a horse. This class goes into the A tier. The werewolf class gives you 2 times speed and health at night but 0.9 times during the day. This class can be a double-edged sword. You really need to know how to play with this class, as even though you are stronger in the nighttime, there are more enemies that can definitely kill you and end your run. With that in mind, this will go into the B tier. The priest class gives you immunity to lightning and you spawn with a crucifix and holy water. This class isn't the best class to buy as a solo player. There is just better classes out there to spend your bonds on instead of this class. B tier. Survivalist class allows you to do more damage the lower your health is. Just like the werewolf class, this is a double-edged sword. You do more damage when you are lower, but the issue with solo play is if you die, you cannot get revived. So you can't really take advantage of this buff. This is just a worse werewolf class in my opinion, and should go into the D tier. The vampire class is one of my favorite classes in the game. This gives you increased movement, speed, melee damage, but you get damaged from the sun. Once you know how to play with the vampire class, it really makes the game pretty easy. But the issue is, at the beginning, you only have the vampire knife to attack with. Because you are always in the enemy's face, you can easily die. Until you have money to buy guns, you won't be able to kill any outlaws or enemies with gun. This class belongs in the A tier. The zombie class allows you to eat dead bodies to replenish health, but the drawback is you can't use bandages or snake oils. You're also less detected by enemies. If you watch any of my other videos, I'm a very big fan of snake oils. They are a very strong healing item and can save you in many situations. I don't think you should be wasting your bonds on this class, and it should belong in the D tier. The ironclad class gives you full armor, but because of that, your speed is reduced by 10%. If you're really struggling on surviving in this game, then this class might be useful to you. With that in mind, this is probably only going to go into the C tier. I hope you guys enjoyed this DEADRAILS class tier list video, and if you enjoyed this video or if it was any useful to you, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next DEADRAILS video.